Hi, I'm Randy Karraker from 101 ESPN. Glad to have you with us on Riding with Randy, brought to you by AARP. I'm a cycling enthusiast. I like to ride around the area. But before we head out to the trail and go for our bike ride, there's some things that I want to pass along to you about bike safety and things that we should do before we even leave home with our bicycle. The first thing that I like to do is make sure when I get a bike that it's properly sized. So I'm going to show you when you go into a bike shop how to properly size a bicycle. So what you want to do is when you get up over this bar, you want to pull it up and your front tire should be able to go up 1 to 2 inches, and that's about it. And then when you get on your seat, you should be able to keep your feet like at a tippy toe or a flat-footed level. I like my seat a little bit higher, so I'm almost on my tippy toes so that my leg is extended to about this angle when I'm going for a bike ride. All right, the next thing we want to do is before we leave home, we want to make sure that our tires are okay. So I've got this little handy dandy item. It's a tire gauge that actually tells me verbally what my tire pressure is. Here, listen.
36.5 pounds per square inch.
Okay, so I'm at 42.8 pounds per square inch. Normally with a tire about this size, you want to be between 40 and 60 pounds. So I'm right where I want to be. And I know I'm that way with the front tire too. So that's very important. Another thing you want to do before you head out on your ride is make sure that your vehicle or your bike is well lubricated. So I've got some WD-40, and all I'm going to do is spray it on the lower part of the chain so I don't get it on the bicycle. So I'll spray it down here, and then I'll spray it on this sprocket in back, and the WD-40 will spread over the different gears. The next thing that we want to do, it's warm in St. Louis, right? So we want to make sure that we're completely hydrated. So before we leave, we grab our water bottles. I usually put 10 or 12 cubes of ice in my water bottle and then fill the rest up with water. And I want to make sure that I'm hydrated during my ride. It's really important, especially here and especially at our age, right? That we stay as hydrated as we can possibly be. So make sure that those water bottles are full before you leave. One thing I like to do, because this actually happened to me on a recent ride, I had a flat tire. So I want to make sure that I have all the tools and all the replacement parts necessary in case I do have a flat tire. I've got a replacement inner tube for my tire in case I hit a rock and my inner tube pops and I need to have a replacement. So I've got that. These three little items are just removals for a tire. You just stick it in, pry your tire out, and you can take your tire off and put it back on. Then I've got a little Allen wrench, and pretty much every bike, all the different bolts on your bike are taken care of with an Allen wrench. So I've got a replacement Allen wrench, and I've got this. It's really important. This is a little mini pump. So if I do need to put that inner tube on, I've got this little pump that I can use to pump it all up. Every time I go for a ride, I'm always wearing my helmet. Usually I bring some sunglasses along too. And for me, and you don't have to do this, but it's important for me, I just went out and got some cycling gloves, and it's a lot more comfortable of a ride when I go. So I always like to wear these cycling gloves with my helmet. And then there's one more thing in terms of safety that I like to take along. That is my wallet and a phone. If you ever fall and you have a concussion and you're knocked out, you want to have your ID available. So if somebody finds you, they can either steal your wallet or they can call somebody that's important to you and make sure that they know that you're okay. The other thing is the phone. If you ever have a situation like I did last week where I had a flat tire and you're 6 or 10 miles away from home or the start of a trail, you want to be able to call somebody so they can come and pick you up. So always bring your phone along as well. I love riding with the AARP rides, and I hope you'll join me at some point with AARP and Riding with Randy.